Hello everyone, I am Akash and in this video I am going to teach you how to create a dual boot system. In this video I am going to install Ubuntu 18.04 side by side Windows 10 system. So without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first let's go into this PC. Now I'm assuming that you just have one local disk, that is the C drive on your system, and if you already have another disk, then you have to back up the data that you have on that disk and unallocate that disk from the disk manager. And before getting started with everything, you will also need to back up all the data that you have on other partitions or on the C drive, because anything can go wrong and you will lose your data. So better to back up those onto a external hard drive or pen drive and be on the safe side. So now here we are going to shrink this C drive and create another drive from this drive, and on that another drive we are going to install Ubuntu. So now to do that, we have to just right click on this PC and then select manager. So this is the computer manager here. Now under the storage you can see this is a disk manager, so we are going to go into that. So in the disk manager, this is the C drive, so I'm going to right click on this C drive and select shrink volume. So here you can see that the total amount of this C drive is this. So as you can see here, it has automatically selected half of the total size that we have. So I'm going to keep it as it is and click on shrink. So this is our shrinked volume. It is unallocated right now, so I'm just going to keep it as it is and I'm going to cancel this. So as that volume is unallocated, you will be unable to see that in this PC. So now the second step is to create a bootable pen drive. So here is a software to create a bootable pen drive, and that is Win32 Disk Imager. So this is the Win32 Disk Imager software. Now here you have to click on this little icon, and from here you have to browse your Ubuntu ISO file. So this is my Ubuntu ISO file, so I'm going to open it. So as you can see here, the Ubuntu ISO file is selected, and under this device section you will be able to see your pen drive. So insert a pen drive and you will able to see that here. So I'm just going to insert my pen drive here. Okay, so as you can see here, I have inserted my pen drive. So this is the pen drive, and then after you have to just click on this right button and the bootable pen drive will be created. So I'm not going to do that because I have already created the bootable pen drive. Now we have to restart this PC and start the Ubuntu installation. Okay, so now here we have to go into the boot menu, and here I'm going to select my pen drive. So here, as you can see, now this is the boot menu, and here I'm going to select the install Ubuntu option. Okay, so here is our Ubuntu installation screen. So here I'm going to select the language English and click on continue. Now here I'm going to keep the default options for the keyboard layout and click on continue. Okay, so from here you can connect to your Wi-Fi. So I'm not going to do that right now. So I'm just going to make this option selected and click on continue. And here I'm going to go with the normal installation. Okay, so now here you have to select this option that says something else, and we are going to create our partitions and then install the Ubuntu. So to do that we have to select this option and click on continue. And here you can see that it is showing a free space. Now this free space is what we created in our Windows 10 system. So the space that we left unallocated, this is that space. Now here on this space we are going to create some partitions and then install Ubuntu on this space. So now first of all you have to select this free space and click on this plus button. So now here I'm going to specify size of 500 MB, and this 500 MB space we are going to use as an EFI system partition. So this will be our EFI system partition where all the bootloader files will be installed. I'm going to click on OK. So it's created. Then after I'm going to again select this free space and click on plus. Now here I'm going to assign a 4000 MB of space, and this is going to be our swap area. So this is the swap area that I have created. Now I have 8 gigs of RAM on this system, so I have specified the swap area, half of it. Then after I'm again going to select this free space, and now this time I'm going to use the ext4 journal file system, and I'm going to set the mount point as this, that is slash. So this / indicates the root directory. So in this all the Linux files, all the Ubuntu files are going to be installed. So I have specified all the remaining space that I have, and I'm going to click on OK, and that's it. So we have all these 3 partitions created, and here you have to note these 3 numbers, that is 5, 6, 7. So the installation will only use these 3 partitions that we just created. So now I'm going to click on install. So as you can see here, the 6, 7, 8, the 3 partitions that we just created. So these are the 3 partitions that are going to be formatted and used in the installation process. So I'm going to click on continue. So now here I have selected the location, and here we have to create a user. So I'm going to create a user here first. So I have created a user, and that's it. The installation is started. Okay, so now that the installation is started, so it is going to take some time. So I'm going to skip this and see you after the installation is completed. Okay, so the installation is successfully completed. So now I'm going to click on this restart now button and restart this PC. Okay, so now as you can see here, we are in the grub boot menu, and here the first option is Ubuntu, and then we have the Windows boot manager to boot into our Windows 10. So let's first boot into Ubuntu. Okay, so here is the user that I have created during the installation. So I'm going to sign in into this user. So we are in our Ubuntu system. So as you can see, this is Ubuntu 18.04.1 LTS. Now I am going to reboot and boot into the Windows 10. So now this time I am going to select Windows Boot Manager. Okay, so we are into the Windows 10 system. So this is how you can create a dual boot machine and run Ubuntu and Windows 10 side by side. So that's it for this video. If you like this video, then click on that like button. And if you want to see more of these videos, then click on that red subscribe button and subscribe to this channel. I am Akash and I'll see you in the next one.